blown away by it. So before we start, let's go over the ingredients. You're gonna need a 9-inch already made graham cracker crust, some cream cheese at room temperature, confectioner's sugar, sliced grapes, chopped strawberries, heavy cream, red strawberry jam, seedless, vanilla extract, and lemon. So the ingredients are super simple, and the best thing about it is you can swap out the fruit for whatever you have on hand. I just happened to go to a fabulous farmer's market this weekend, and I was so excited that they had these huge baskets of grapes and strawberries, and they were super sweet. So that's what I'm using, of course. And for the crust, I am using a 9-inch graham cracker crust that I made, and I do have an episode on it on my website at www.laureandthekitchen.com on how to make it from scratch. If you don't want to make it from scratch, you can always buy it at the supermarket. I'm not going to argue with you here. Now this is great because the filling for this, the custard part, it tastes like a cheesecake, but we don't have to bake it. Come on, how awesome is that? This is a really great recipe. So we're going to start right away. In a large bowl here, I'm going to put my heavy cream, and you can like whisk it with like an electric mixer, but since we have such a little bit and we just want like soft peaks and not stiff peaks, I'm just gonna mix it myself with a little whisk, and with no time at all, I'm gonna have stiff peaks. This is perfect. Not too stiff, not too soft, exactly what we want. I'm gonna set that aside because I don't wanna make my whole filling in that, otherwise I will deflate that and it'll not be very good. So in this bowl here, I'm gonna add in my soft cream cheese. It's very important that it's soft, otherwise it will not mix well. The powdered sugar or confectioner's sugar, icing sugar, whatever it's called at your store. A drop of vanilla, if I can get it to open, yes, go. And we're also going to use the zest of about a half a lemon. And this is gonna just make it taste so bright and delicious. And I do add a little lemon zest to my cheesecake as well, so it's really bringing home that like cheesecake flavor, but without any of the work. I mean, this is so simple, quite frankly, it's almost embarrassing. But once you present it to people, they're like, what? You went through all this trouble for me? Only you and I will know. No one went through any trouble. I'm just pressing it to release some of the juices. Cut it in half. Just want to make sure I get the seeds. You don't need a whole lot, but a teaspoon is perfect. Great. Oop, there's a pit in there. You don't want that. One always manages to escape. I don't get that. I'm going to switch to a whisk and whisk this all together until I have a really creamy mixture, and then we'll add in our heavy cream. That's perfect. It's exactly what we want. It doesn't take very long at all because the cream cheese is at room temperature. Now, using a spatula, we're going to fold in the heavy cream. And I'm not going to use a whisk because I don't want to like work it too much, otherwise it will deflate. And we don't want that. So just use a spatula and fold it in. Start at the middle, fold it over, back to the middle. This is perfect. I just want to taste it. Oh my goodness, it tastes like a cheesecake. Put this in your pan, in your pie crust. Flatten it out and get it nice and even. Just like that is perfect. Now, ooh, that's all good stuff right there. I don't want to leave that behind. So, now that we have this pretty much done, we're going to set it aside and work on our fruit. Now what I'm going to do is lick this first. And then, I'm going to use the back of the spoon. I'm going to put just about a 1/4 cup of the seedless jelly in here. And I'm going to put this in the microwave for 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds. We just want it nice and warm and loose because we're going to mix our fruit together and it's going to give it a great shine. And it's going to look great on that pie. That's exactly what we're looking for. After 30 seconds, it'll be perfect. Now in a big bowl, I'm just going to put in my strawberries and my grapes and my seedless strawberry jam. I'm just going to give this a big toss to make sure that jam is coating the fruit properly. I'm going to pile it high. It's going to be awesome. That is just wonderful. The strawberry jam, of course, tastes delicious and it gives it a beautiful shine, but it also helps the berries kind of stick together once I put it in the fridge for a couple hours. It is like so incredible. This tastes amazing. I'm just gonna use this spoon to help me with the berries and the grapes. And this is pretty much it. Now the only thing left to do is to refrigerate it for about 2.5 to 3 hours to make sure it's nice and set. And then you pop it out, slice it, and it's like eating a slice of heaven. Like a cheesecake meets strawberry tart meets heavenly. That's it. It's as simple as that. Just make sure you let it cool for a long, like quite a while. Otherwise it'll kind of fall apart when you try to slice it. So this is it. It's quick, it's delicious, it's impressive, and no one will know how little effort it took to get something this beautiful. I hope you guys have enjoyed spending time with me. To get this recipe and other recipes, check out my website. Check out my website at www.laurenkitchen.com, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Today's Twitter question comes from Swap Ken. They asked, what is your worst cooking accident ever? I'm not embarrassed at all to admit it, but years ago, when I first started like baking, like really baking, I was really young, I was making my very first batch of brownies. Now, I didn't think that once I had the chocolate melted with the butter that I should let it cool. No, I just threw it directly into my like beaten eggs, and it ended up scrambling the eggs, and it was just a disaster. And the bowl looked like scrambled chocolate egg pieces. It was absolutely awful, but I was so young and I wanted to like make brownies for my dad for the first time, so I decided to bake it anyway. Horrible mistake, because they came out tasting exactly how they looked. Not good. So if you have any questions for me you'd like to see answered on my show, tweet me at Laura's Kitchen. Don't forget the hashtag Laura Vitale.